Sure, everything should begin at the beginning, I guess. It was no surprise. All the shutdowns with the government bureaucracies, everybody was trying to put everything they could into one place. Our intelligence had been really poor for years. That is, the Central Intelligence where I used to work. There was only one real agency who came up with anything that mattered in life, anything that even friends and foes alike could say that was damn good information. It was information that could carry over to my children's children. That was the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. They were always steps ahead of us and all the other departments for intelligence. They knew when everything was about to take place. So it wasn't hard for me when the CIA got absorbed into the EPA to accept the offer. And what are you going to say? The greatest organization on God's green earth asks you to come be a part of it. You don't say no. So that's how the EPCIA was born. Environmental Protection Central Intelligence Agency. But it's not really why you're watching this video. You wanna know what I did. I was an assassin. There's nothing to be proud of. It was supposed to be easy, but it was never easy, and that was part of what I liked about it. So about, a minute and a half into the fight, back and forth, he was so well trained. I hadn't come up against anything like that in my life. All I could think about was whether or not I was going to come home to my wife and kids, or whether he would stay in his home with his wife and kids. He had me pinned down on the ground. I started losing consciousness, and I just started grabbing for anything. I felt something strange in my hand, and I just yanked as hard as I could, and I could feel his grip just loosening, just ever so slightly, and so I just started pulling harder and harder. I could finally tell I had half of his beard. So this section right over here, he had a very long beard that had been put back in some strange fashion before bed that his religion indicated that he needed to do. Otherwise, the fight wouldn't have lasted very long at all. I would have had him in a snap. As I pulled on the beard, I realized what I could do. If anybody's ever seen Ultimate Fighting or anything like that, you can choke somebody out with just about any move. So I was able to loosen my other hand, grab the other half of his beard, and wrap it several times around his neck. That's how long his beard was. And then I just started pulling really tight. His grip loosened a lot more than what it needed to be, and he started trying to say something. I couldn't tell what it was, and I knew, and he knew, that it was his turn, not mine. But I could tell he wanted to say something. So I slid just a little bit in. As he coughed out, I heard him say, "Only like this. Only like this. Do it." It was almost like we both assassinated him that night. thins. He relaxed. And I just bowled. I don't know when he actually died. Didn't come to until about 30 minutes later. It was just kind of a relaxing position. When I got back to headquarters and told them what had happened, they knew right away. They had something big on their hands. They knew this is something that the public could get behind. If there was a way that we could assassinate anybody we wanted to at will and have people happy about it, have them excited, well, I mean, there was nothing we couldn't do as a nation. We would be back on track. That's how it began. And this being my last day at the farm, I guess it's time to tell the whole story.